Well, I just don't know. It just seems like you. Have we met before? No, I don't know. It must have been something to do with graphene, right? New talks, new discoveries to be made. Well, it all consists of different things, right? First, you would need a lot of research. Just like any new scientific discovery, you need your research. Then, you need your theories, but not so much theories. You need facts. Obviously, you need the evidence, but you need something that will congeal your belief, your theory, but also the research to back it up. You need your cited sources. You need what are these beings trying to take over our world? Who are these beings? Are they aliens? Are they reptiles? What are they? Who are they? Why would they be here? And why would they even care about human beings or the planet? My notation is simple. That you would need the proper chemicals, the proper elements within what is graphene, and how do these beings know about graphene? Obviously, somebody had to been teaching on it. Who was it? Was it fallen angels? Was it beings from another galaxy? The graphene mainly was the copper. But even before, when sacrifices were being made to these rocks of graphene, these beings were teaching on it. Maybe they were fallen, maybe they were not. Who knows? But I can say that the beings that were teaching on this were teaching on splicing of all genes in the DNA, hybridized, being how to perfectly splice DNA with human blood, animal blood, and the graphene. Now, the measurements on graphene and blood, that's another story, possibly for another day, because I do believe that they had the right measurements. They had the right resources, the right spells, down to a T. They knew what they were doing. It's like how, even going back to your movies like Lord of the Rings, your Power Rangers, other movies, one must ask themselves, well, how were there rock giants? How were there tree giants? How could anything that was not supposed to be living in the first place, just made out of everyday normal objects and things from our planet, even found on the scientific periodic table, living and breathing just like a human being. And then one can take the scientific periodic table with the alchemical table, along with the scrolls and the right technology, with the right measurements and formulas to make such beings. Why are scientists, someone like even Neil Tyson deGrasse, Bill Nye, and all these other people not asking these questions? Are they even real scientists? And if they are, just science itself is just curiosity, just to even ask questions. Yes, the theories are proposed, but why are they not asking it? And we're in a time period where these things are coming out more and more and more. Start asking the right questions. And so, why? What's the point in graphene of it all? It was here before that spliced genes of different DNA from the animal blood to the human blood. And I could see the graphene and obviously use reptilian blood to even make the dinosaurs. Reptilian people, along with human blood and reptilian blood with graphene to make a race of reptilians. So on and so forth. That's just me though. You don't have to believe anything I say. It's just a belief, right? Beliefs are just no different really than opinions. I mean, you could look at it like that, but, just like opinions, really, it's just how much you believe in it to be true, right? I don't know, that's just me, though, but, the graphene coming from the rocks, even going back to the time of Plato, Socrates, Caesar the Great, all these other great rulers and kings of this world. Graphene has always been here. They didn't just discover it in 2004 from Harvard. It's always been here. They've just been hiding this because they don't want to alarm everyday citizens, right? And so, some things are just left unchecked. They're left hidden for a reason, even for our world's military, so on and so forth, and that even to the time, many would say Enoch was a real person, and many would say he was not real. It's just a book. It's just a story. You can look around. If you've ever heard of mud fossils, look around even other places in our world, you would see old rock formations that look like giant alligators, giant snakes. I think they've been found one in Peru. It was a stone of a reptilian. It looked like it had a face and everything. And other things to come. And even other things that they have found that are just so oddly strange, that one could only process and see it. Well, it was just by imagining, it was just in movies, it was not real. That you to the natural human being, if it outweighs and is more complicated than how we even want to perceive it as, we will not let that resonate in our spirits. Because with every human being, if it doesn't register up here first, it is obsolete, right? Obsolete. Denying what is told to you because it was not registered up here first. You cannot. I don't believe anything, especially with the Creator. I sometimes call the higher Creator the higher divinity. That, and yes, I did grow up on Jesus, by the way. That the higher divinity would give us time, or maybe some things even like mud fossils, just like Pompeii, will return to stone. But natural men can't receive. People can't receive. Can't receive. Because it was out of bounds. Well, where's your proof? Where's your evidence? And I think it's just like when someone commits a crime, you need evidence. Same thing with this. Mud fossil giants turned into stone. Reptilians turned into stone. Other races, and even fallen angels on our planet, they say it was like something like 33 million. So on and so forth. And these other entities are supposedly always in the talks, as in trying to corrupt our planet so they can corrupt every other planet in the solar system. Do you remember Power Rangers? Remember Ivan Ooze, and remember all the other beings trying to corrupt the planet. And so they would go on, and I believe. Smart. All these beings, these hybridized beings, even in the fallen angel realm, not the Watchers, but the other fallen angels isn't the hybrids, formed their own tribes and even took some of the technology, just like as you see in the movies like Power Rangers and stuff, and went to their own planet. Remember, the being in Power Rangers was claiming there was another evil ruler named Zodar, and these other being rulers as well in these other planets. Imagine the same thing with the hybrids doing the same thing. And not only did they give the technology to people, they stole and took some of it for themselves and went to their own planet, just like the Pleiadians, the Grey race, the Bug race, as in the Insectolans, like you've seen in, there was another movie known as Starship Troopers, and they would go to these other planets, and they were full of bugs, giant bugs that would spew out acid, and all these other things. And now what are they talking about? They're not just talking about aliens, they're talking about, there was a story just recently in Malaysia by a man by the name of Timothy Alberino, and he was filming on a roof where they had the people of the village in Peru. And there was a praying mantis on the roof, it looked like, with giant eyes. And they had photos, or they had the video of it. He talks about this, and they had posted on History Channel and these other things in our movies. It's almost like it's symbology for what they're telling us is getting ready to come, like the predictive programming that will be coming someday over the earth, when everything that is in the earth is finally unleashed upon the earth. Just theories, not facts. Remember that. And so the graphene falling into place in all this, that even the parents and the people that would take their children to be sacrificed to these rock gods was made of the same material as graphene, mainly copper. Has been on Earth this whole time. They've just been hiding it. And so what can we propose? What can we take? How can we receive from this? We receive from this as in we could see the graphene as something totally extraterrestrial, not even from this planet. Because you see the movies like Spider-Man, like Venom, all these other movies, graphene was never actually a part of this planet. It came from somewhere else. And I propose, even with it in tune with the graphite, is a part of dark matter that comes from the universe, comes from space. Just the theories, not facts. And the thing is, we all have dark matter in us all. Because human beings all have a dark nature to us, a dark side, a side that is ugly, against nature, violence against nature. That would be proposed through graphene. So, you would take that and you would come up with your own theory about it, just like all the other scientists do. This is just my theory. Take it lightly. Just something I've been seeing. But as far as graphite goes, yes, or the graphene, I do believe this is how these different races out, hybrids, fractions, principalities, you can say, are created. Enough said. And yes, it is heavily drenched in the witchcraft, in the occult, through the symbolism. graphite, all coming from dark matter. Tell me, where would dark matter come from? The universe being black. Would it come from a good place or a bad place? Where would it come from? Maybe a bad place. The outer darkness. Dark matter and the outer darkness. Now, what is outer darkness? I'll leave you that to research or meditate on your own. Om. Om. Next time.